What's going on, everybody? Pop Principal here with another Funko Pop review. And today we have the Collector Corp version of Venom. I got this third party on eBay or Macari or something like that. I'm not even 100% sure where I actually got him. Um, so I don't even know who he actually was teamed up with in the Collector Corp box. But this Venom line has been around for a few years now. There's quite a few Venom pops out. This is the only other regular Venom that I'm aware of outside of the half-covered face of Venom with the Eddie Brock version I previously reviewed. Go check that one out. He's in a leaping pose. Now, I had some issues with this particular pop when it came. The stand was not actually inserted into the Funko, so I went to try to put it in. It didn't work, and it did fit, but the angle that Venom was sitting in was like super weird. His head was facing the ground. You had to and it would lean forward. It was no way it was gonna stand on its own. So, not exactly sure what's going on with the design of these poses in those little stands of any pop leaping or doing any type of motion like that. The stand tends to break. So let me know if you guys have had that same problem, because it can be quite annoying when you get your pop and the stand isn't actually inserted in, or it's broken or whatever. And like I said, I've had this happen with multiple pops. I've had to super glue them in so they would actually fit and hold up, which can be a nightmare if depending on how much you spend for this pop. I know I spent a pretty penny for this. I actually grabbed this one before I kind of knew the ins and outs of the Funko pricing market, and you probably can find this for a lot cheaper than what I paid. I won't say what I paid for it, but dope looking pop. I really like this pop. That's the reason I got it. So let's get right into an outer box look at Venom. And here we have an outer box look of that leaping pose of Venom. You can see all the little different details in this one. Particularly his mask is fully covering his face. You see the little blue, I don't know what you would call them, veins, I guess, on the symbiote suit. That symbiote suit looks really good. You see the squares on the hands that come from that classic comic book look. You see the green slime coming from his tongue and that quintessential pink tongue hanging out of his mouth. You would expect all Venom pops, or anytime you see Venom, to have that tongue sticking out. You also see the white spider logo going from front to back, and it connects on the sides like we all come to expect. Very cool looking pop. Very cool looking pop. Like I said, I've paid a pretty penny for this one. My only real gripe, because the paint application is great, the detail is great, no real bleeding or splotches on this pop. It looks really good. You would expect it, being that it's mostly black and with a few different colors on it. So you come to expect that. But versus the standard half face covered, or the symbiote half covering the face pop, this one is a lot smaller in scale. Well, not a lot smaller, but very noticeable when you put them beside each other, that this one is a lot smaller. This is more like a Spider-Man, what you would expect the size of a Spider-Man to be. Venom, he's a little bit bigger, or he's a lot bigger, I should say, than Spider-Man. He's like a towering beast, and that isn't really portrayed in this pop, and I believe is because there's no way that stand would hold a pop any bigger, I believe, which I think Funko just needs to redesign these stands and come up with a new game plan how they apply these stands to the pops, because I've had so many that just don't fit or break or always popping out. I mean, pretty much it's a lot of them. That have that issue, and I haven't looked on Reddit or into any reviews on that particular problem. So let's get right into in comparison shot. And here we have a comparison shot of the Collector Corp Venom in that standard half face covered Eddie Brock standard edition. And like I said before, you can see that body size difference quite drastically when you actually compare them to each other. And I believe there is two pop in the box Venoms, now that I think about it, versions that we actually got. I believe both of them are glows. I did have the standard, but I sold it back because, well, I sold it just because I knew there was a glow, and I'm gonna get that eventually. The price tag on it is just pretty expensive, but there's about 4 different just straight up Venom pops. You have him as the Symbiote King, you have him with the wings, and you have him with these 2 versions. I'm eventually gonna have them all. I do have the Symbiote King version with him on the throne, which I will be reviewing shortly. But yeah, I wish they would have did a little bit better job of scaling this particular Venom, and maybe not even put him on a stand, and because they're so flimsy and he's a little bit bigger of a 3-inch pop, you would expect he's a lot thicker, as you guys can see in the standard version. So let me know what you guys think about this particular Collector Corp version of Venom. Did you guys have issues with the stand, or do you have any issues with any of your Funko stands in general? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, tune in. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will keep them cranking. Pop Principle out.